Well, what is happening, Disney fans and movie fans alike? Welcome back to the channel. I am DL, and this is another edition of the Disney Cast. It is the final Disney Cast of 2023. And joining with me today, as always, I have my co-host and partner in crime, Cree.
What's up?
And today we're going to be talking about the final Disney animated film of 2023, the final quote-unquote celebration for Disney 100.
Is it though?
Well, that's in name only. Wish. Talking about Wish.
Yeah. All right.
I'm sure what we're about to say about this movie, it's stuff that you guys have already heard about because everybody's talked about this movie, about how disappointing it was, a big letdown. This is Disney 100, and it just was a big letdown. So I'm sure what we're going to say is not going to be a shock to people. But, I'm saying off the gate, I was excited to see this. I really was. The past 10 years or so, when it comes to, Disney's releases, Disney has made a lot of questionable choices over the past few years between their live action stuff and Marvel and Lucasfilm. Everything's been kind of out of whack, so that has never been a shock. But one of the few things I could always really look, and even like Pixar too, it's like they still come out with great movies. We talked about Elemental a few months ago and it was really good, but even Pixar has been kind of strange. But the one thing I've always looked forward to when it comes to Disney releases is their traditional animated stuff. Like most of them have really been great, been hitting home runs ever since Tangled. Tangled was really good. I enjoyed both Frozen movies a lot. Moana, Wreck-It Ralph,
Raya
and the Last Dragon, Encanto was pretty good.
Encanto was great.
Even Strange World, which I personally think is the weakest out of the modern stuff, that still had some good stuff in it.
I thought it was good.
Yeah, I thought it was
Our
fine.
kids really like it.
Yeah, it's definitely, it definitely was a movie that kids could watch. But like even with that, I was like, there were still some really good things about it. So with all the the Disney releases this year, because like Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, that wasn't it. We liked Little Mermaid. That was pretty good.
It was fine.
I loved Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I know you didn't like it that much.
It was fine.
It's fine. We both loved Elemental. We both loved Elemental.
Oh, Elemental was great. Go watch our review on Elemental.
Yes. And then there was Haunted Mansion.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
There was Haunted Mansion.
And there was Haunted Mansion. So we're hoping with this, going back to the traditional Disney animated stuff, where we're going to get back to reminding us what was great about Disney. As far as the trailers, it looked cool, but once again, I didn't really think too much about it because the marketing for the Disney animated stuff, always ended up being kind of meh, but the movie ends up being great. So I was thinking this could be another example of that. They were trying something a little different with the animation. They were trying to mix some 2D stuff in there, I guess. It still had the CGI mixed.
Yeah.
That was an interesting choice.
I thought there wasn't really even anything in the trailers.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, yeah, it was very vague. It was very vague. But once again, I was like, this is stuff that happened before. Like they're probably, saving all the good stuff for when we actually see the movie. So that's why I wasn't like panicking when I saw the trailers. I'm like, okay, maybe when we see the movie, it'll be great. And man, I saw this twice, by the way.
So did I.
And both times I walked out being like, meh. It was meh. Like
the first time I was blinded by like nostalgia, I guess is the word I would use, because like they had a bunch of references and it felt like classic Disney to me, and I was like, oh, this is so good. And then I left the theater and I was like, wait a minute, it wasn't really that good.
Yeah, I was kind of phantom menacing a little bit, even though I wasn't like blown away by it the first time I watched it. But like you said, like there was some elements in there that did feel like they were trying to feel like classic Disney. Like there was a lot of homages
A
to
lot.
older Disney films. A couple of them I was like, okay, that was kind of cute, but like I don't know, just really, I don't think the movie was awful. Like it's not Haunted Mansion level bad. It's
Mhm.
like it's just very disappointing. It just feels very by the numbers. Like it feels like they're just writing a
Ticking all
check,
the boxes.
taking
Yeah.
all the boxes. You know, we got to hit this trope. We got to hit this thing. We got to have that. That's what it felt like. It felt like a checklist for an hour and a half. And
Yeah.
like, this is your big celebration of Disney 100. This is where you leave us off on. Is this like? And it's not. And some people may be hearing this and thinking that maybe our expectations were too high. But
Of
like,
course they were.
yeah, because they set a standard before this that their animated movies are great.
Yeah.
They had a great track record before this. So yeah, we are expecting great things on top of the fact that we're celebrating Disney 100. So we're expecting like this to be a great celebration. And just not only with this film but the other films that came out this year, it's just this is one of the biggest letdowns for an anniversary.
Well, and there were a lot of people like that I know that were talking about this movie before it came out, and they thought it was a movie about all of the Disney movies, all of the previous Disney movies, like put together. That's not what it is. But that's, if you like read some interviews or whatever with the director, that's kind of what they make it seem like. That's kind of, yeah. And I don't know. I don't really know what to say about it. It was very disappointing. The references to other Disney movies were super weird.
It was very distracting.
Yeah. They were weird. They picked like some obscure characters too.
Yeah.
Like Little John from Robin Hood.
Yeah.
What?
What?
There are a lot of people our age that haven't even seen Robin Hood.
Yeah.
So they're going to be like, that's supposed to be Bambi talking to Little John. He's like, thanks for not eating me, John. Nobody's going to know who that is. Like,
I mean, I get 100-year anniversary, sure, but just like you could try harder to like, if you're going to do homages, be a little bit more clever. And it's just,
yeah,
it wasn't really clever. It was literally in your face, like,
yeah.
And the nods would have been fine if the story was good, if the characters were, well written. And that's not the case with this film.
The main girl, Asha, wasn't even that likable.
She is the most blandest female Disney protagonist I've seen since like.
And she's irritating too.
Yeah, since like Aurora from Sleeping Beauty. She was almost that bland. Like,
whoa, call out Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Look, Sleeping Beauty's a fun movie, but like let's call it how it is.
You better be glad your niece isn't out here right now.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait to talk about that one because did you know that they just announced Maleficent 3?
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
I don't know.
What the hell?
Yep, Angelina Jolie's coming back.
No.
Yep, that's what we're getting.
The first Maleficent was fine. The second one was bad. Why do we need a new one?
I don't know. Is this the first remake to have a trilogy?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Just great. But yeah, it's like, yeah, Asha is just
not likable.
I think she's likable. She's just not interesting at all.
She was irritating as fuck to me.
Really?
Yeah. The first time I liked her, I'm allowed to swear, right?
Yeah.
I always ask you that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay,
anyway. Yeah, just trying not to be don't curse too much.
All right, well, there you go. That was my one F-bomb for the video. Yeah, right. Anyway, I just thought she was irritating. The first time I saw the movie, I liked her. I thought she was like, kind of sweet. But the second time I was like, oh my God, Asha, shut up. especially in the beginning, you know, when she's just babbling, I mean, to her friend Dahlia. Like, I was like, girl, just shut up.
Yeah, she's doing that like dorky type
Yeah.
of thing, which, you know, that did work in other movies, like, you know, Encanto. That's, you know, that they did some of them.
See, but Mirabelle was more charming, I think, than Asha is.
I think so. Yes, and she had
And
actual motivation.
Anna's more charming than
Yes, Anna.
Asha.
Yep, and once again had a more clear motivation.
Yeah.
This Asha is just, I want to make people happy. That was it. That was it.
That's her whole character, yeah.
Like,
and then they made her look like the fairy godmother, which makes sense now. I want to make people happy.
There you go.
Okay, never mind.
Look at that. Look at that. That was I know we're probably skipping ahead a lot, but like go once again going to these blatant copycat homages, like obviously wearing a similar outfit to the fairy godmother.
They even called her a fairy godmother.
Yep, from Cinderella, and I'm just like, I almost expected her to sing Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo. Like, what?
I expected her to say it. And then she made that apple like giant in the forest. Yep. I was like, is it going to turn into a carriage? Because if it is, I'm going to walk out.
I'm like no shame whatsoever.
So dumb.
But yeah, like Asha just, yeah, I don't. There's just not much to say about her. There really isn't. It's very sad because, like, once again, it's like we had great female characters in the previous animated films, and it's just this one is just like nothing. It's just cardboard cutout. A lot of the stuff feels like cardboard cutout.
Her friends,
man. Hi ho.
Yeah,
they are the seven dwarfs.
Yep.
That's what they are. Like, one is grumpy, one
is smart,
like
one
Doc.
is happy, one is kind of dumb, like Dopey, one is sleepy, one is sneezy, and then the other one is bashful. That girl that just pops up out of nowhere.
Yep. And that's literally all their characters. There's nothing else outside of them. They're caricatures. That's what they are. Like, there's no. I don't know.
There's not a lot to say.
No.
They were annoying.
They were like it just I don't know. They didn't really serve a purpose that much in the movie. I mean, it did help in the final act to stop Magnifico, but
you mean after they were pretty much accusing their friend of like murder?
Yep.
Like, what the heck?
Yeah, just like, really? I thought this was your friend. Like, why would you believe? Okay. All
anyway.
Right. And then, well, which one was the one that betrayed them? Like, in Simon.
Sleepy.
You know what? Screw Simon. Like,
yeah,
really. Like, and they tried to make him sympathetic towards the end. Like, oh, I didn't mean to do it. I was like, shut up.
Shut up. You meant to do it.
Yeah, you did. You did. Like, gosh darn it, man.
As soon as King Magnifico said that whoever turned in the traitor would get their wish, you see it on his face that he's going to do it.
Yep.
This whole movie is predictable.
Very much so. But, like, pretty much could tell exactly what's going to happen. Yeah. Like, there's no twists, there's no big reveals. It's, I don't know. It just,
the best character was the star, and it didn't even talk.
The star, yeah, I like the star. It was cute, but even the star, like, I didn't understand why the star was there. Like,
no,
like, it didn't really.
It can't grant wishes. What is it there for?
To be cute and sell toys.
There we go.
There you go.
I mean, I know it was there. I guess it was there because, like, you know, Asha wanted to fix everything and it was helping her. But why do we need a star? Like, what? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, if you're going to have this thing in here, like, actually have it, like, cause a conflict with the main antagonist, and he doesn't, which we'll talk about Magnifico in a second, but just like, he doesn't really throw a wrench in anything. He turns plants and animals sentient and have them talk, and that's all that the star does.
Yeah.
He doesn't talk. It's really just there to be cute. What I do kind of like, since this was trying to mix like 2D and 3D animation, I kind of like the rendering on the star because they had like that 2D effect on him, which was kind of neat. But that was it. That was it.
Oh, Valentino, the goat.
we just because we have to have a talking animal companion in here, so let's just do.
Didn't like him.
No, and
I didn't the first time I saw it, and then the second time I was like, oh wait, he's actually funny.
and don't get me wrong, I like me some talking animal companions. You know, I love Mushu, I love Olaf, I love all that stuff. So,
but they had a purpose, and Valentino really did
not. And if he's not going to have a purpose, be funny. He's not.
Oh, I thought he was funny.
Like, he did the same old butt jokes 3 to 5 times, and I'm like, please try something else. Like,
I thought it was funny.
I'm glad you liked it.
Dwayne just has no sense of humor.
Or my sense of humor is very picky. Like, you guys know this.
Yeah.
You know this about, not everything makes me laugh very easily, but like, Mushu made me laugh. Olaf made me laugh. The rooster in Moana made me laugh. Why isn't this goat making me laugh? Because it's not that funny. Like, you're not that hard to please. I'm really not. But just like, and who was the voice of Valentine?
Alan Tudyk.
Alan Tudyk. Yeah. Like, I like Alan Tudyk. I like him. And so it's like, I don't understand how he was just so unfunny. Like, it just felt like he was improvising the entire time. It's like, no, it just didn't work. Did not work for me. Okay, so we probably will disagree on this a little bit, but the songs. I thought the songs were fine. But
actually, we're not going to disagree, because the only one I really, really, really liked was the one where Chris Pine and what's her face?
Asha.
Yeah.
Magnifico and Asha.
Magnifico and Asha were singing together, and then the Wish song that Asha sings.
Those are the best songs in the movie.
Yeah.
Everything else is just either bland or just weird.
Oh, I guess that fight song near the end where they were like,
oh yeah, I know what I know now, and
yeah.
That's the thing, because I don't remember the names of the songs. I don't remember.
I have the album on my phone. Hold on.
And it's like, I actually, while I'm at work, I would listen to the soundtrack, and I still don't remember the names of the songs. Like, it's like with the songs in the other animated films, like Tangled, Frozen, Moana, like those songs like stuck with me more.
Yeah.
And even like with Asha's Wish song, like
it's called This Wish.
This Wish.
And then the other songs are the one with Asha and Magnifico is called At All Costs.
Mm-hmm.
And then Knowing What I Know Now.
Right.
Wow.
They literally say that in the chorus, and I'm like, what's the name of the song? But I don't know. It's just like the songs aren't bad. It's just, once again, it doesn't feel. They don't really feel very memorable. Even This Wish, like you could tell that they were trying to build that up to be the next Let It Go, or
When Will My Life Begin, or See the Light,
yeah. Like they were trying to build it up to be the next big song that people remember, even like something like We Don't Talk About Bruno, which ended up being like a surprise hit of that movie,
played on the radio too.
Yep. It's like, even then, like, I'm just like, yeah, that was good. She said she sung it well, but like I didn't get the chills down the spine like I did.
Oh, I did.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good. If that worked for other people, that's good. Just for me, this like, I don't know. I wanted to be like, yeah, that was great, and I was like, yeah, that was good. That was good. The song with all the animals, no.
That was stupid.
That was absolutely stupid. Like, what?
I mean, I get it was trying to be like, oh, inspiring, like, oh, you're a star. No, like
well,
you guys aren't.
The thing, like the lyrics of these songs are so weird too. I'm just like, I don't know. It just didn't work for me. And then possibly the worst song in the movie is
This Is the Things I Get.
I'm like, what?
That was so dumb. This is your villain song?
This is
Like
villain
Ursula
song.
has poor unfortunate souls.
Yeah.
Scar has
Be prepared.
yeah, be prepared.
Yes.
Like, and then we have this. Mother Gothel with Mother Knows Best. That was scary.
Yes. But yeah, like I didn't know what I was supposed to feel listening to it. Like it's supposed to be the villain song, but it's this upbeat, cheery, positive
It's
song.
not a villain song.
Yeah.
It's a fuckboy song. I mean, am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
Am I wrong?
You're not wrong.
King Magnifico is a fuckboy.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
If he was living modern day, he would be one of those dudes that like was in a fraternity when he was in college and like never left.
Dang.
Do you know what I mean? Do you know what have you ever seen one of those guys?
Maybe.
Like super confident, like acting like a frat boy constantly. That's how he acts.
Yeah.
He's a fuckboy.
Let's just get into Magnifico. Like,
okay, let's get into him. Exactly.
I don't know what. He's my biggest issue with this movie. He is my biggest issue. His motivations are all over the freaking place.
Like he wants power because his family was like destroyed by these powerful people. Okay,
they only
revenge story.
Mention it one time in the beginning.
Yeah,
and never bring it up again.
Where was our flashback scene to that? It would have made me feel for him more.
Right.
And, you know, I thought that the ending was going to be him like becoming good again or whatever. But like he was never good in the first place.
No.
That's what people don't understand.
Right. And so then you're trying to kind of make us feel bad for him. And
yeah.
Like, no.
He's a selfish prick. He's a fuck boy.
There you go.
He even in his villain song, he's like mirror. The first line is, "I can't help it if mirrors love my face." What?
My looks are from space.
My looks are from outer space.
Space.
My jeans are from outer space. It's so weird because like in the beginning, it doesn't seem like he's super obsessed with himself like that, and then it just happens.
Like literally, like from the snap of a finger. Like it
just happens.
Just happens. Like, what is going on right now? So okay. So now in order to talk about, we got to talk about this whole thing with the wishes because like it just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So because of the tragic backstory they lightly touch on in the beginning, he is studying magic so he can learn to grant people's wishes, quote unquote. And whenever people are asking him for a wish, he turns it into like these balls, whatever, crystal balls. And whenever he does that, you know, takes a wish from somebody, it quote unquote takes a part of their soul.
Yes,
right.
Because their heart's desire is what makes them who they are. So he's pretty much taking a part of he says, or Asha says that. Yeah. That he's taking the best part of these people. Right. He's taking a piece of their soul. That's why they act so weird, like afterwards.
And it's like they forget the wish that they made as well when he takes them. Takes it from them. Okay. So my issue with that is like, I don't really see why, because he doesn't grant anybody's wishes. Like he would grant a wish, like was it once a year or something like that?
Apparently he granted 14 last year.
14 last year? Okay.
Wow.
Whoa, 14 out of thousands of people. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. But like, okay, so he clearly is not granting everybody's wishes.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't really feel the urgency or the conflict of the situation, because it's probably different with me when I was watching it, but like the whole thing of it takes, you know, their soul away or their purpose, and like, I didn't really see that impact with the people. It didn't seem like it affected their everyday lives as much as they were saying that it is. So the urgency of the situation didn't really feel it. Like something's really bad's going to happen to this town. Everybody's going to be gloopy, depressed or something. I needed something like that.
But that's part of the spell though, is that like, because they forget about their wish, they're not really like sad about it, but they do like have this feeling that part of them is missing. And that's how he uses the wishes to manipulate them. Okay. Because they want their wish granted so badly so that they can find out what their wish is, because they don't know and they feel like something's missing. That's how he manipulates them. That's how he keeps everybody in order. Because he has hold of their wish and they know he's not going to give it back.
So if they know that they're not going to give it back, it's strange that Asha is the only one to really question Magnifico. Like, because you would think more outbursts like this would happen before Asha, but
because everybody, even Asha, assumed that the wishes were going to be granted eventually.
Eventually,
yeah. If you were a good citizen and you worked hard and you waited and you like, if you were patient, the wish would be granted. Even Asha thought that. And then all of a sudden, when she asks, I think she asked him really nicely. And I think
she did.
I think her poor grandfather deserved to have his wish on his 100th birthday.
Right.
By the way, he did not look 100, but that's fine.
I think they literally did that because Disney 100.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
At least that's what I thought.
No, that makes sense. Yeah. I just didn't think about it.
Yeah.
But anyway, like, all she did was ask him if he could grant her Zaba's wish, and then he was like, "Oh, it's too vague." What?
What does that even mean? It's too vague. Like,
what she's saying makes sense too. Like, if you're not going to grant it, why not give it back so they have the chance to pursue it?
Right. Like, is there any reason why you're holding these wishes this long? Like,
because he thinks that certain wishes could like be used against him or something, like her Zaba's wish to inspire the next generation. That is a little bit vague because like, what are you inspiring them to do? But that's a pretty innocent wish for an old man. That's a pretty innocent wish.
Exactly. And I thought that could have been a clever commentary they could have dove into more, because when he said like the whole vague thing, I was thinking randomly about in the live action Aladdin, when Aladdin was making his wish, or was attempting to make his wishes, Genie was like, there's a lot of gray area in what you just said. You got to be specific with your words. And I thought, okay, maybe that's what he was trying to do with that, but like, no.
But also that doesn't make any sense because they're not even saying anything. It's just the wish like inside their heart, like what drives them, what makes them want to live.
Yeah. So I don't understand what, like, so he just wants power. And then his wife's not questioning anything either. Like, I didn't know you noticed, like, early concepts, they were going to make her evil as well, which probably would have made more sense, because the wife just like not knowing all this stuff is like happening. Like that just seems kind of dumb. Like, she would pick up on some things, right?
In that song, Knowing What I Know Now, she even says that she's seen a lot of bad things that she can't explain. So why not say something?
Say something.
I think she knew he was going to go bad eventually.
Yeah, and then what's up with that just random evil book that's there? Like, I should never use this book unless...
Yeah.
But he ends up using the book because the star comes up, and he thinks like, oh, he doesn't know exactly what it is. He just sees this, like, this burst of energy in the sky, and then he's automatically like, oh, my power's being threatened. I need to use the evil book. Why? What made you come to that conclusion? Like, just like that? Like, and what does the evil book do? Green evil magic.
Did you ever watch the Care Bears movie?
No.
When you were young?
No, I was not a Care Bears kid.
There's an evil spell book in the Care Bears movie that takes over the mind of like this kid who wants to be a magician and turns him evil. That's kind of the same thing that's happening here.
Okay.
Yeah. The book is so powerful and it has like a mind of its own. And it needs a host, pretty much.
So it's the Darkhold from the MCU?
The Darkhold. Yep. Mhm. Yep. It needs a host.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
That just fell out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, especially because once again they gave us this whole tragic backstory of this whatever evil darkness from his family, and you're carrying a book with evil entities.
I feel like that was, security for him. He knows that he can have that power if he ever needs it. Like if some invaders came to Rosas and tried to take over or whatever. But even then, it doesn't make a ton of sense.
No, like, what's he using the book for? Like, you don't even know what that thing was in the sky. You're assuming it was somebody else, like an actual person that has magic, and that's not the case either. Like, you're drawing to conclusions way too early.
Also, doesn't anyone in the kingdom think it's weird that like nobody is allowed to use magic of any kind except for the king?
Like, yeah, that'll be another thing that they would question.
I'm telling you, Magnifico is a fuckboy. Threatened by literally everything.
Though you're auditioning people to be your sorcerer's apprentice. Oh, there's another homage to Fantasia.
Oh,
there you go.
There we go.
But like, if you're so threatened by other people using magic, why would you want an apprentice?
Yeah. Because an apprentice is supposed to be somebody that takes over for you eventually, like your protege.
Yep.
I'm making a face for anybody that is wondering whether
I am too.
Silence.
I am too. Like,
that doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't. I mean, you could make the argument of like, oh, he's going to train her to just only know the stuff that he wants her to know, but like, she will eventually find out some stuff.
Once she starts learning magic and reading all those books on magic, how to learn magic that he has in his freaking tower.
Right. What?
Why does he need an apprentice?
I don't.
Who was the previous apprentice? Where did they go?
Is there a previous apprentice?
Yeah. Because he said that he has had apprentice.
Oh, that's right.
How old is Magnifico?
That's a good
question. Because you're going to build a kingdom like that in like 10, 20 years? 10, 20 years. Is he immortal?
He must be, because like that's not something that just happens in 10, 15 years. And he doesn't look that old.
In the beginning song, she says that he built the kingdom many years ago. How many years? He looks like he's only in his 40s.
Yeah. I don't know. It's so strange that they made him. Yeah, it's weird that they make him the king and the wizard. Like, it's just raising too many questions. I don't know.
The more we talk about this movie, the more I don't like it.
Yeah. It's.
I'm gonna look that up real quick. How old is he?
Yeah, I was looking that up. It's like, it's so disappointing because they kept saying that the director and the writers and all that, they said that they were trying to have Magnifico be go back to the roots of the classic Disney villain, right? And I didn't feel that at all. Like, first of all, if you actually watch the older films with the classic villains, like, they were trying to, well, first of all, the whole thing of them trying to do the plot twist reveal of the villain, we've seen that before. Like, they did that in Frozen, they did that in like other stuff. Like, we didn't, like, come on now. What? And then you can't have like the villain have like this quote unquote tragic backstory and then make him just evil for the sake of being evil. That doesn't make any sense. And like we said earlier, he just flips on a dime. There is no like gradual progression of him turning evil. It's like a switch. So it's like, I really didn't know what they were trying to do with them. Like, this is nothing like a Maleficent. and or a Ursula or a Jafar or a Scar or like none of that. And at least with those villains, their motivations made more sense. Like it was straightforward what they were trying to accomplish. You know, it's just I don't know what Magnifico's trying to accomplish.
Yeah, so I mean, nobody really knows for sure, but like, he would have to be a minimum of 82 years old
82 years old.
because he founded Rosas, and Asha says that like her grandfather has been waiting like a super, super, super long time to get his wish granted, and they give their wishes when they're like 18.
He must be drinking some unicorn blood or something.
None of that makes any sense.
It doesn't. There's this theory going around that this script was made by AI, and it kind of makes sense because there's just there's just stuff that doesn't add up. Like I don't know. And once again, it feels like it's doing a checklist. It almost felt like they were typing into the AI, make a fairy tale script that has homages to older Disney films and do this, and then the computer tried to come up with something and it just doesn't add up. Like it has sprinkles of interesting ideas here and there, but it doesn't come together at all. I don't even remember, how did they defeat Magnifico? They had the entire town wish for his demise, something like that. Like what? I didn't even fully understood how they stopped the book magic. Like that felt very convenient. How they stopped everything with they just
start singing.
Start singing.
Disney to a T. Everybody starts singing, and all your problems are solved.
All problems will go away, bruh. I just can't with this. I don't know, man. Yeah, I'm starting to like this less and less now. This is just very disappointing. I don't think there's that much to say. One other thing, with them doing blatant homages to the older films. I mean, this was kind of cute at the end, but like when they did the constellation of the different Disney characters in the end credits, that was cute.
That was super cute. I liked that.
That was cute, but I wish it was attached to a better film. I know, we're not going to do like a full review on this, but I did want to talk about this because we watched this recently on Disney Plus, Once Upon a Studio. That was fantastic.
It was phenomenal.
That was so good.
I cry every time I watch it, and I watched it probably 5 times now.
Yeah, that short made me cry.
Yeah.
Like
and it takes a lot to get Dwayne to cry.
Yeah, like I was shedding a tear by the time it was over. Like honestly, that was the best celebration of Disney 100 all year.
Yeah.
That was
I think that was the only true celebration of Disney.
Yeah. Part of me is like, I wish they released that as the short before the movie.
Why didn't they?
They used to do that. I don't know. They probably saw what they had and it was like, that's going to upstage the entire movie.
Yeah.
Which it definitely would have.
I love Disney shorts, though. I miss those.
I miss those too. I wish they did those more.
Oh my God, the Bow Disney short.
Oh yeah,
was so
that
cute.
Was so good. That was good.
Carl's date.
Yeah.
Oh,
so good.
Cry every time.
So good. But yeah, and then they had a deer they called Bambi in here. I'm just like, what?
And Little John,
John
the bear,
Peter Pan. Like what? Why
they name dropped Mary Poppins? Almost name dropped Mary Poppins. Said a nanny to watch your horrible children, and then he said, "Pop in that idea." That was stupid.
What is this writing, man? Yeah, I believe that AI wrote this. There's no way.
Whoever wrote this script needs to be like drug tested.
Fired. You're done. Man, this was just such a misfire. I think I'm that's all I gotta say. I'm about to close this thing out. Overall, this is one of the most disappointing films that Disney has put out. it just felt like a literally a checklist of what we need to put in Disney films. Just put it in here without actually putting in a good story and interesting characters and consistent motivations. And like even the animation, like I didn't hate it, but I was like, it didn't look as good as the older films. I appreciate them trying to do something different, make the 2D and the 3D, but I think honestly they should have just stuck with one way or the other. This movie almost was about to be 2D.
I would have preferred that.
Yeah.
I think Disney needs to go back to their roots a little bit and
They do.
go back to 2D animation. That's what they're good at.
Yeah, some of the best stuff was 2D animation. Yeah. And I get, in this modern time, I get people don't want, studios don't want to do 2D animation because it's more time consuming than 3D animation.
But wouldn't you rather take the time to make a good movie as opposed to like just busting out these like half-assed movies?
Right. Like if anything, if there was any movie that deserved the extra time to do that, it should have been this. This is once again your celebration of 100 years of Disney, and you decide not to do that either. And then another thing, like another reason I heard people that they didn't want to do 2D, which I think this is a cop out. This is a complete cop out because they say 2D is too restricting for their creative vision and all this and the characters like bull.
For this basic ass movie, no.
Yeah, bullshit. Like, have you not watched the Disney Renaissance? Have you not seen how amazing the animation is? Like, obviously there's no restriction if you do 2D animation. It's just as good, if not better. And then also outside of Disney, when we're still having movies like with Hayao Miyazaki, with The Boy and the Heron, and that animation is freaking gorgeous. Like that should be not be an excuse for them not to do 2D animation. Like, I love the 3D stuff, but like, and I'm not saying they should full-time go back to it. Like they could be a mixture of things, but for you to just make an excuse that, it's not creatively good. I think that's a cop out. I think that's bullshit. And it's just Disney being lazy again. Yeah, the characters aren't that interesting. Asha's very bland. Magnifico is probably one of the worst written Disney villains I've seen in a long time. The star was just there to sell toys.
So was Valentino.
Valentine was there to sell toys, and like he wasn't even funny. Like the whole concept of the wish doesn't make sense. Like what the story they're trying to make. Like the supporting characters are just bleh.
Also, it was so easy for them to get into the tower to get those wishes.
Yeah, where are the guards? Where are the security at? Where's
it was so easy for her to just go up the pulley and get into his study, and it's supposed to be top secret and shit. Like,
no magic.
Shouldn't be that easy.
It should not be that easy. Like that's another reason why it's just it just makes no sense that you have the king who is also a magician, and he doesn't like make some sort of like magic booby traps or make sure he has enough knights and security or whatever,
that's
and they're
annoying.
Just conveniently able to go in. I'm like, blockheaded. This movie's just blockheaded. Like I'm very bummed, man. This whole year's just been very disappointing as far as with Disney releases, man. God, I don't know what's up with Disney, man. This is not the same Disney we loved growing up. What is going on right now? Like, and they're releasing all these sequels and they're announcing all these other sequels and remakes that we don't want, we don't need, like Toy Story 5, all this other stuff. Like, we're about to get Maleficent 3. Like, it doesn't even feel like there's a soul anymore. It just feels like they're just shelling out products.
Yeah.
Like Disney used to be the pioneers of storytelling for films. Like, it feels like it's gone.
It hurts. As a Disney kid, it hurts. Because, like, when you hear Disney animation, you just think, like, oh,
it's an event.
Yeah. It's like amazing story, great characters, great songs. I learned that whole song, This Wish, I learned that in an hour. And I already forgot all the words, except for the chorus. That's how forgettable it is.
So just,
It's not epic.
I don't know, man.
Just disappointing. Anyway, what's your grade for it?
I'm giving it a D. Like,
Oh, you're being nice.
once again, it's like, I don't know. I didn't. What am I trying to say? I didn't think it was like one of the worst films I've ever seen, but like as far as Disney standards, this is one of the worst Disney films I've ever seen. So it's like it's weird. It's like it's not unwatchable. It's like it's just very bland, by the numbers checklist. And if you like the basic checklist, like they do the typical stuff that pulls at your heartstrings still. Like they do have the typical stuff I like from Disney. So like there's enough in there where it kind of still has a chokehold on me with certain things, but it's just, yeah, it's just, it's not very memorable. It's like, it's very, very, I don't know, man. Go ahead. What would you give it?
So I think I'm gonna give it a C minus.
Oh, and you said I was nice.
Well, because you were more mean about it than I was before. Because I would watch it again with my kids. My kids really liked it.
Sure, the kids.
It is made for kids. Like most Disney movies have some adult like jokes thrown in there that are funny, whatever. But like this was a kids movie, so it's very simple. But you have to keep in mind that it is a kids movie. But I was so mad at it, so I'm just gonna give it a C minus. It's not like the worst thing I've ever seen in the whole world, but I will agree that it is one of the worst Disney animated movies I've ever seen. I don't know if any of that made sense.
No, that's true. It's like, like I said, we just, we grew. It almost feels like we have two ratings with this because we grew up with Disney so much, and it's like it's hard to criticize Disney with certain things because we grew up with it. So it's like, it's like as a movie by itself, it's fine. Kids can watch it fine. It's a Disney film. It's like it's really bad. Like
I just was so disappointed. I was expecting a lot more.
Yeah.
But whatever. I mean, if the kids like it, it's going to make money. So
right. But it's just like, I mean, Disney used to make movies that everybody could enjoy.
Yeah.
I mean, especially Pixar, but like Disney, even like adults could enjoy it, kids can watch it. Like,
I miss those days.
I miss those days too. At least we had Elemental.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yep. But that's our thoughts on Wish. What did you guys think about it? Did you guys love it? Did you guys hate it? Did you guys think it was okay? How does it compare to the other Disney films that came out this year? And if you want to compare it to the other modern animated films we've gotten over the past few years, go ahead and do that. Comment your thoughts. Well,
yeah.
This
was a rough one.
This was rough, man. I didn't want to end the year like this.
Yeah.
I pray that after this point they'll get their act together, but I don't know. I mean, Bob Iger's back, but not completely a great thing because he's still made some choices that I'm questioning, but I don't know. Hope for the best. If you guys enjoyed this, please don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit the bell if you want to be notified of future videos I'll be doing. I'm guessing the next one we'll do is Percy Jackson.
We also have to get the Little Mermaid ones done.
We do.
We started those.
Yeah, and then, I mean, Peter Pan and Wendy did come out this year, so I guess we're talking about Peter Pan and Pinocchio.
Oh, man. Well, y'all already know how I feel about it based on my reaction.
Yeah, so
I think we are going to go back to some older films as well.
Yes.
Eventually and do those.
Yeah.
But, I mean, yeah, the next new one we're going to be doing is Percy Jackson.
Yeah. Which, that one actually looks good. I'm actually
crossing my fingers.
Cautiously optimistic for that. But anyway, that's all we have for you Disney fans. And we will see you guys next time. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.
Happy holidays, you guys.
Yeah, man. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays to everybody. Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, whatever you guys celebrate. Hope you guys have a great holiday. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.